Okay, it is the wee hours of Sunday morning, and it's time to show up. I'm showing up. I'm glad you showed up. I appreciate every last one of you, particularly since like a half dozen people unsubscribed last week. It's interesting. Nobody ever seems to care what it is that I'm trying to do on this channel. But if I talk about something completely unrelated, then I either get subscribers or I lose subscribers. And it just seems weird. Like nobody reacts to, hey, here's an update on what I'm doing with my game. Nobody cares about that. But if I do a if I do an introduction to object-oriented programming, then I get a whole bunch of people show up on the channel. I mean, it's a one-off video. It's not something I'm going to be doing a lot of. When I talk about debugging and I talk about building the graphics for my game and I talk about building the music for my game, nobody gives a shit. But if I talk about something completely unrelated to what I'm working on, people care about that. So I don't really care because, and when you come down to it, the purpose of this channel is to serve as a log of the work that I'm doing and where I've been as opposed to where I've gotten to. So yeah, that's sort of what I'm trying to do here is go, here's where I started, and then when I end up somewhere that people actually give a shit about, they'll go, oh, I could see the whole journey from where he started to where he ended up. God, why do I keep coughing? I was fine before I started recording. But because I've been sick, I've been spending most of my time just fucking around playing Starfield or other games. I played Dishonored 2 for a while. Realized I didn't like it, went back to playing Starfield. Starfield is just much more my kind of game. Not the kind of thing a solo dev could build, though, unfortunately. I mean, there's theoretically a solo dev could, but you'd have to lean really far into the procedural stuff. Like, I mean, technically Minecraft is an open world RPG on the same scale as Starfield. Potentially even larger when you think about it. But it's interesting because nobody ever bitched that Minecraft has like 30 different locations and that's it. Minecraft was allowed to have just a couple dozen different locations, but for some reason Starfield isn't. I don't know why. People complain that that everything's the same in Starfield all the time. God, I am having a rough time tonight. I really am. I'm just I am sweaty and coughing and not feeling very good at all. But, you know, fuck it. I should probably not be drinking. I just had a slug of Delsum. But fuck it. I'm going to drink anyway because it's fun. One of the things about being sick for so long is that I end up feeling like I should do something, feel like I should work on something. But because I haven't been working on anything, I don't have any actual like projects that I'm in the middle of. Everything's just kind of gone down to a standstill. So I have no momentum, I have no inertia on anything, and I have to figure something out that I want to work on, and then work on it. And I don't really have anything that I've been jonesing to work on. But I have been looking over. I've been looking over a bunch of Beksinski's work, and one of the things that I kind of notice is that there's a lot of finger joints and that kind of thing that goes on in his work. Just kind of like big knobby ends of joints. And it come down to long, spindly, skeletal structures. Giger was also known for this. He did a lot of stuff. I mean, obviously, the facehugger from Alien is one of the things that you think of, but he did a whole lot of stuff that was just all very long, spindly fingers. And one of the things that I've been kind of thinking about, a kind of a creepy concept I came up with some time back, was like, what if a guy had hands that the fingers just kept having more and more joints? Like, what if they just kept going and going and going, and they were just like really, really long? And I was thinking that'd be like really messed up and creepy and fucked up. But I'm not good at drawing or painting hands. God. And I think creepy hands is something that I'd like to focus some time on, and some energy and some effort. So I was thinking that today I would kind of think in terms of how to make hands creepy. And just I think the first thing you have to worry about is obviously how do you get a hand to look like a hand in the first place. feel like that's too long. This here, that should be about the same length as the entire finger. Like so. How long should that be in terms of like the entire forearm? About half as long, it looks like. And then that there. That comes in, and then the back of the arm sort of, and that next finger's a little bit longer, and then I don't know. That doesn't feel right. Switch to a kind of blush tone here. That definitely doesn't look right. The thumb comes out of this kind of mass here. I could get the proper silhouette of this. when we kind of switch over to the airbrush, kind of, that should be better. The real challenge with hands is that you have all these plane changes, because here you've got sort of the back of the hand, but then here you've got the side of the hand. And then you've got this sort of, here's the knuckle of the little finger here. So you're kind of coming over the edge there, but you're also circling around. And you've got this kind of coming down, and there's this plane here, but then you've also got this plane here, and then that has to turn into a plane there and a plane there. And all of that has to fit together in a way that looks like it fits, which is not easy. And you got the same thing going on here, where you've got, here's sort of the front of the finger and here's the side of the finger. And all of these plane changes are fairly complex, because you've got this knuckle area that comes up here, and that wraps around, and you've got that sort of front area that wraps around onto this top area. But then underneath of that, you've got this side area. God, I am so tired of being sick. I'm ready to be done being sick. I've been getting better, I swear I have. I'm not through being better yet. That's the thing that makes hands so difficult. And then you've got the lighting across all of this, where you would have a flesh tone, like so. It's a little overly saturated. Let's tone that down a bit. There we go. So you'd have a flesh tone that went over this, but you would also have a form shadow that went over this, because this isn't a smooth area. This is there's an area back there that's kind of turning away, and you've got kind of the shadow of you've got this shadow that's altering the feel of everything. And I'm not good at representing that shadow. Like here on this finger and this side of the hand, you've got on the one hand, the side of the hand is fairly well lit, you know? So it's going to be sort of highlighted. But over here, underneath, you're going to have kind of a shadow. And you're going to have a shadow here too. But the shadow here is going to be deeper and stronger. You're also going to have a shadow underneath of this. Where it's kind of rolling away from the light. And that just looks horrible. I'm not very good at this at all. This is very frustrating. But I think it's very important to show this frustration and to showcase it and to say, here I am not being very good at this thing. And then eventually, well, in theory, eventually I will get good at the thing. And when I get good at the thing, then I'll be able to go, look, remember when I sucked at this thing? And then people that suck at the thing will be able to go, oh yeah, you did suck at the thing. I don't suck that bad. Maybe I'll get good at the thing too. And there's always that little nagging voice that says, what if you never get good at the thing? What if all you ever do is just sit here and do video after video after video of just sucking at the thing and not being good at it at all, ever? What then? Well, at least I showed up. And you showed up. Thank you for showing up. And as always, do the little YouTube dance, like, comment, subscribe, all that happy horse shit. I'm very frustrated and annoyed. I feel like I should be better at this. My hands aren't doing what my head is saying they should do. I have this image in my head and I go, yeah, that image in my head, that's what this should look like. And then my hand goes, dang! And it doesn't do what I'm trying to do at all. And that's very frustrating. And that's very annoying. I have games that I want to build that need me to be better at art. And what if I never get good enough to make those games? What if I never get to a point that they're within my grasp? You can get paralyzed thinking about stuff like this. You can just sit there and go, oh man, what if I never do it, man? What if I never get good enough? What if I can never do it? You got to work for it, dude. You got to push forward. You got to show up. You got to keep trying. You got to keep working toward the things that you want to build, the things that you want to create. Nobody else is going to build them. Nobody else is going to create them. It's all up to you. You're the only one that can make that shit happen. Anyway, I'm still working on it. I'll get there eventually. Okay, bye.